58-year-old Tony Nicklinson's life is about to become much more public. He suffers from locked-in syndrome, a condition that resulted in complete paralysis of his voluntary muscles, leaving him unable to move or speak. Channel 4 News, which plans to air a documentary about him Monday, has part of his story.
7 years ago I had a major stroke that left my body completely paralyzed, but my mind unharmed. I have what is known as locked-in syndrome. There is no cure.
But Nicklinson's also fighting a personal battle that's becoming public. According to The Atlantic, Nicklinson is ready to leave the prison he calls his body. Nicklinson is in the midst of a court battle for the right to end his own life. He's called his post-accident existence dull, miserable, demeaning, undignified, and intolerable. As a result of his stroke, Nicklinson lost all motor function abilities. The only remaining part of his body that can move and function are his eyes, while cognitively he has remained untouched. While Nicklinson's condition is rare and incurable, he has done the remarkable. Nicklinson now has the ability to communicate with only his eyes by using Twitter. His computer contains special software that tracks his eye movement and blinks across a keyboard and converts the data into speech and text. The husband and father of 2 grown daughters used to live an active life prior to the stroke. According to The Guardian, Nicklinson is now appealing to High Court in the UK to allow him to end his life lawfully. He is asking the court to grant declarations that a doctor could intervene to end his indignity with his consent and with him making the decision with full mental capacity, and to have a common law defense of necessity against any murder charge. In an interview with the author of a report by the Commission on Assisted Dying, Nicklinson questions why he should be forced to live with locked-in syndrome. The author, Lord Falconer, explains while there is a strong case for assisted suicide, it's simply a step too far.
Allowing one person to kill another would be a massive change in both the moral and the practical view that the law takes.
Nicklinson's wife has spoken out, saying death is the only relief for her husband's suffering. Jane, a former nurse, is quoted in the Mirror saying it's no longer acceptable to use 21st century medicine and technology to combat death with 20th century attitudes. Politicians and others can hardly complain, with the courts providing the forum for debate, if the politicians continue to ignore one of the most important topics facing our society today. Channel 4 will air the full episode on Nicklinson's life on Monday, June 18th at 8 p.m. The High Court is also scheduled to hear Nicklinson's case on the same day. Nicklinson will be pleading for lethal injection. For Newsy, I'm Lauren Zima. Multiple sources, The Real Story.